Okay, so we got to this point, and you might be thinking to yourself, I see an error here, and this is going to happen a lot. There's going to be a lot of times where you get through a project and you realize something's not right or this isn't making sense. Everything is fixable. So what I realized as we're sitting on this page here is that this is supposed to be written on the right-hand side of my card when I open it up, which would be over here when I lay the paper on the mat. Down here on the basic cut, that's not how I arranged the flowers. This set of flowers was underneath the top set and it was flipped or mirrored. So what the problem is when I put the cardstock into the Cricut machine, it's going to cut exactly the layout that you see on these mats. And here's the happy birthday. It's not supposed to be cut at the top of the card. It's supposed to be in between those flowers. So I didn't want this to happen. I wanted all of the spacing between the images and the layout to be exactly the way I had it in my design window. So I simply just have to come back and I have to fix it. So I want to merge the flowers, the happy birthday, and these flowers. I want to join them together so it keeps this orientation and it keeps this exact spacing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my first set of flowers. I'm going to hit the shift button. While I am holding the shift button, I'm going to select happy birthday by clicking on it. I'm still holding the shift button and I'm going to select my other set of flowers. If you notice over here in the right-hand window, it's selected all three of those components. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this arrow next to the combine button on the bottom of that window, and I'm going to click weld. And when I weld that together, it now made this one image. And when it has become one image, it will cut it all at the same time in the exact layout that you see right here. Now, I could combine the cut, remember the operation, this is all a cut, with my operation of a pen. What I would do is I would select that piece and I would select the happy birthday image on the front of the card. And this time I would have to flatten them because over here you can see this one's a cut and this one's a draw. It's two different operations. Instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my rulers to my advantage because, and again, it's another great exercise in getting the students to read their rulers. So I'm going to place, I think I'm going to look at the top of the W and I'm going to look. I'm at approximately, well, this is 7 inches. So this is 6.5 inches. I'm going to say I'm at approximately 6.5 inches, maybe a little to the right. And then on the y-axis, that W is, I don't know, I'm going to say approximately, and I could bump it up to 2.5. If that's 3 inches, then this is 2.5. So I'm going to say my W is going to start at the 6.5 and 2.5 mark. I'm going to move that manually on the mat because that's just going to be easier at this phase. There's a number of different options to get to the same objective. It just depends on when you're using the software, what your preferences are. So I am going to go ahead and hit the make, and let's see what happened now. I'm going to click the mat. We have a 12 by 12 inch mat. If you don't want to keep on selecting this, and this is what it's always going to be, you can check off, remember this selection. Okay, now, if you remember, I decided on manually moving this. The top of the W is starting at approximately 6.5 and 2.5. So exactly where I place it on this mat is exactly where it's going to print. And then if we come down here, oh, look at how it merged that image together in the exact orientation and spacing that I asked for. And then here we're back to this basic cut. I am also going to manually move that to 5.5. Okay, we are ready for the project.